Welcome to English Practice Every Day. Synonyms can be tricky. You might understand their meanings but still struggle to use them in the right context. In this video, we'll explore how to use these 13 synonyms for the word increase as a verb in their proper contexts. We will practice them with simple example sentences that reflect everyday situations. After the practice, we'll read aloud a short story that uses all these synonyms in their proper context, helping us understand them better. Let's start. Please speak out loud with me as we practice. Increase. In a proper context, increase is the general word for becoming greater in number, amount, size, or intensity. Increase is the general word for becoming greater in number, amount, size, or intensity. Prices have increased this year. Prices have increased this year. Interest in the product is increasing. Interest in the product is increasing. The number of users increased rapidly. The number of users increased rapidly. My confidence increased after practicing. My confidence increased after practicing. Grow. In a right context, grow means to become larger or develop gradually, often used with people, businesses, plants, or abstract ideas. Grow means to become larger or develop gradually, often used with people, businesses, plants, or abstract ideas. The company grew quickly. The company grew quickly. My skills are growing every day. My skills are growing every day. The plants grow better in sunlight. The plants grow better in sunlight. Her interest in music grew over time. Her interest in music grew over time. Rise. In a proper context, rise means to go upward or become higher, often used with prices, temperatures, or emotions. Rise means to go upward or become higher, often used with prices, temperatures, or emotions. The sun rises at 6 a.m. The sun rises at 6 a.m. Prices are rising again. Prices are rising again. His hopes rose with the news. His hopes rose with the news. The water level rose after the rain. The water level rose after the rain. Expand. In a proper context, expand means to become larger or more extensive, especially in size, scope, or range. Expand means to become larger or more extensive, especially in size, scope, or range. They expanded their menu. They expanded their menu. Tourism expanded in the region. Tourism expanded in the region. Her business is expanding rapidly. Her business is expanding rapidly. The universe is always expanding. The universe is always expanding. Escalate. In a proper context, escalate means to increase rapidly or become more intense, especially in conflict or price. Escalate means to increase rapidly or become more intense, especially in conflict or price. The conflict escalated quickly. The conflict escalated quickly. Costs escalated beyond control. Costs escalated beyond control. The argument escalated into a fight. The argument escalated into a fight. Violence escalated after the protests. Violence escalated after the protests. Climb. In a proper context, climb means to go upward, especially gradually, used with statistics, ranks, or prices. Climb means to go upward, especially gradually, used with statistics, ranks, or prices. Unemployment is climbing. Unemployment is climbing. His rank climbed after the win. His rank climbed after the win. The temperature climbed steadily. The temperature climbed steadily. Her grades climbed this semester. Her grades climbed this semester. Mount. In a proper context, mount is similar to climb, used for gradual or steady increase in amount, pressure, or concern. Mount is similar to climb, used for gradual or steady increases in amount, pressure, or concern. Pressure is mounting. Pressure is mounting. Costs mounted over time. Costs mounted over time. Debt mounted during the crisis. Debt mounted during the crisis. Anxiety mounted as the exam neared. Anxiety mounted as the exam neared. Soar. In a proper context, soar means to rise very quickly to a high level, often dramatic or impressive. Soar means to rise very quickly to a high level, often dramatic or impressive. Profits soared last year. Profits soared last year. Housing prices are soaring. Housing prices are soaring. The bird soared into the sky. The bird soared into the sky. Her spirits soared after the news. Her spirits soared after the news. Multiply. In a proper context, multiply means to increase greatly in number, often rapidly or in large quantities. Multiply means to increase greatly in number, often rapidly or in large quantities. The problems multiplied fast. The problems multiplied fast. The bacteria multiplied quickly. The bacteria multiplied quickly. Successes multiplied over time. Successes multiplied over time. Ideas multiplied during the meeting. Ideas multiplied during the meeting. Amplify. In a proper context, amplify means to increase the strength, effect, or intensity of something, often used with sound, emotions, or influence. Amplify means to increase the strength, effect, or intensity of something, often used with sound, emotions, or influence. The microphone amplified his voice. The microphone amplified his voice. Social media amplified the message. Social media amplified the message. His emotions were amplified under stress. His emotions were amplified under stress. They amplified the signal. They amplified the signal. Boost. In a proper context, boost means to increase or improve something, often intentionally. Boost means to increase or improve something, often intentionally. We need to boost sales. We need to boost sales. She boosted her energy with a snack. She boosted her energy with a snack. The ad campaign boosted the brand. The ad campaign boosted the brand. He boosted his confidence with practice. He boosted his confidence with practice. Raise. In a proper context, raise means to cause something to go higher or to increase something deliberately. Raise means to cause something to go higher or to increase something deliberately. I raised my hand. I raised my hand. They raised the rent. They raised the rent. She raised her voice. She raised her voice. The manager raised our salaries. The manager raised our salaries. Elevate. In a proper context, elevate means to lift or raise something to a higher position, often physical or metaphorical. Elevate means to lift or raise something to a higher position, often physical or metaphorical. The platform was elevated. The platform was elevated. Sam elevated the discussion. Sam elevated the discussion. The trainer elevated her fitness. The trainer elevated her fitness. The award elevated his reputation. The award elevated his reputation. Accelerate. In a proper context, accelerate means to increase speed or cause something to happen faster. Accelerate means to increase speed or cause something to happen faster. The car accelerated suddenly. The car accelerated suddenly. The project accelerated last month. The project accelerated last month. Technology is accelerating change. Technology is accelerating change. Her recovery accelerated with therapy. Her recovery accelerated with therapy. I hope the contextual use of all these synonyms is clear to you. Let's now read a short story that uses all these words in their proper context. Story title: A Business That Grew with the Rain. Lena lived in a small town where it hardly ever rained. But one summer, everything changed. It started with a light drizzle, and soon the rainfall began to increase each day. People were surprised. The rainy season had arrived early. Lena saw something others didn't. Umbrellas. She whispered, "People will need umbrellas." She had an idea. She took her last bit of savings and bought 50 colorful umbrellas from a nearby city. She set up a small stand near the market. On the first day, she sold only 5, but her hope didn't fade. The next day, the rain grew stronger. More people came. On day 3, she sold out. Her business began to rise like the river behind her house. Every morning, she bought more umbrellas. Every evening, she went home with none. As demand expanded, she added raincoats and boots. Her little stand became a small shop, then a bigger one. Within weeks, people from nearby towns started visiting. But success came with challenges. Prices for umbrellas started to escalate. The shopkeeper she bought from had more buyers now. "Everyone wants umbrellas," he said. "Costs are going up." She agreed and paid more. She had no choice. Even then, her sales climbed. Rain was no longer gentle. It poured. Rivers overflowed. Streets flooded. People needed protection, and Lena had it. Orders mounted. She had to hire help. 2 workers, then 4. At night, she stayed up late, counting inventory and planning the next day. One day, her shop's earnings soared. It was the town's wettest day in years. She sold every single item. People waited in long lines. Lena smiled. "I never thought I'd come this far." A local newspaper wrote about her. "Smart businesswoman multiplies success," the headline read. The article brought more attention. Her customers multiplied. Her website got more clicks. Schools asked for rain gear. Companies placed bulk orders. She needed to keep up, so she found a factory to make custom umbrellas. They amplified her production speed. She could now serve bigger orders faster. With her growing success, Lena used her money to help others. She boosted local charities. She gave raincoats to kids who couldn't afford them. She also began to raise awareness about climate change. The rain came too soon, she told people. Something's changing. She held small talks at schools. She elevated the discussion in her town. People started listening. They began thinking about the environment more seriously. Then one evening, she got a phone call. A big retail chain wanted to work with her. Your story inspired us, the manager said. Let's expand your brand. Lena agreed. The new partnership helped her business accelerate. In just 3 months, her products were in stores across the country. One morning, she stood outside her first big warehouse. From a small stand near a market to this, it felt like a dream. As she walked around, checking boxes and talking to her team, it began to rain again. She looked up and smiled. This rain, she thought, changed my life. End of story. That's all for this synonyms in context practice session. Please try to use these synonyms in their proper context in your speaking over the next few days to enhance your understanding of them. Bye for now.